Friday afternoon. Happy Friday, Von.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to today's edition of Lama Drives. Lama Drives.
You are driving.
Von runs the show.
I have the agenda for today.
Today's Lama Drives, if you're not familiar with Lama Drives, while we drive places, we just turn the camera on and chat all things bike, all things tech, all things that's been happening, and just kill some time. How are we doing, Von?
Good. We've got to stick to the schedule.
All right, what's the schedule today? We've got limited time, actually. We've got 18 minutes until we get where we're going. Let's go. It's going to be a quick one.
It's going to be fast and sharp. So we're going to talk about what we've gotten up to on the bike, summer rides, what's been happening.
Yep.
The thing that everybody's been talking about lately, SRAM, ETAP, 12-speed.
Everyone's been talking about ETAP.
It's amazing. So next one is around KISS Pro Racing, what's the latest on Zwift.
The eSports League, yep.
Yes, including the Zwift Transparency.
Oh.
Then, the latest and greatest, the ZwiftCast podcast.
There we go.
Episode 60.
Out now.
On top of that, changes on your bike, GP5000
Oh, yes.
TL. On top of that, other travel happening soon, Sea Otter.
Okay.
Could it happen?
Yeah.
And then finally,
Yep.
new tech, fun playing things, the Osmo Pocket. Let's talk more about that. But that's right at the end. First up, summer rides. Where you been riding?
Sheep Patrol. It's always time for Sheep Patrol. Yeah, it's been pretty warm. Couple of good rides. Creswick Loop.
Yeah.
I put a little short video up of that the other day, the Creswick Loop, which is from Ballarat. I think I've spoken about the Creswick Loop before. If you ever ride in Ballarat, give me a call. We'll go for a ride. We'll go do Creswick Loop. It's awesome. First 20 k's or so is up a hill.
Yep.
And the rest is all downhill. It defies the laws of gravity and physics because you go uphill a little bit and downhill all the way for the rest of it. It's really cool. Love it. Creswick ride. Sheep Patrol today. Just cramming in a few rides. A few new routes down at, wasn't Napoleon? Smythestone? No, where was I down the other day? Anyhow.
Yeah, you did a whole loop around town.
Yeah, it's all up on my
That's great.
Strava. Again, links below to my Strava.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Von? You've been out with the girls?
Yeah, we went out
Ladies?
last weekend. It was really, really good. We had a new member attend. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it this weekend because I'm flying out of town. Flying out tomorrow morning. So I'm going to miss the ride with the ladies, but headed over to the US. So see you guys over there soon. Should be good.
Awesome. It's winter over there, so spin bikes,
Yes,
indoors.
Snowmageddon. I've packed one set of kit. I'm not expecting to go outside at all.
Awesome.
Not at all.
That's about it for the rides recently, but just clocking in the K's. Got a bit of a hangover after the TDU and the summer of cycling. Not a hangover from alcohol, just a hangover from there's no events anymore. We're done.
Well,
Herald's
Melbourne to Warning.
Melbourne to Warning's on this next weekend, so we get to watch
16.
that.
Yeah.
So follow along on the live stream of that. Nathan Elliott, can he go back to back to back? Not to put the pressure on.
Triple back Elliott.
It sounds like Nickelback. Nobody sounds like Nickel. Nobody wants to hear the sound of Nickelback. Alrighty, so there are our rides. So Von, what's up next? We're on a timer here, so we've got to quickly rip through these.
That's right. SRAM ETAP to solve 12 speed.
SRAM ETAP.
Will
Okay.
anyone be running it at the Melbourne to Warrnambool?
I don't think. Oh, Kunda Court on a trek.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, it might make it. It was over in Adelaide. People were riding it over in Adelaide. Well,
Really?
the pros. Katusha had it.
Okay.
It's not new, but I called it Embargo-geddon, or an embargo launch yesterday, because every person in the media had access to the group set and the details, and we had just at the one single time whoosh social feeds, well, the ones that I have, the one I follow along, just SRAM ETAP everywhere. So I think everyone is fully versed on SRAM ETAP. I think the nuggets that I'll pull out are, one, the price.
Bam, so super expensive. What is the price? It's not listed on this.
Australian dollars. I have
Yeah.
indicative pricing of Australian dollars of the group set that would be compatible with my bike, which would be hydro disc with power meter.
Yeah.
$7,000 Australian. My bike is worth $6,299. Entire bike is worth that. So $7,000 for.
So that would significantly raise the price of your bike if you actually added it on.
raises some blood pressure as well. If you're looking at all the all the press releases. Anyhow, it's out there. That's what it is. Things are more expensive.
Wow. So a $5,000 bike becomes a $15,000 bike.
Yeah, and the rest
overnight.
So, look, I think what we had here is a lot of chat, a lot of excitement around new tech, which is cool.
What are you getting for that? Sorry,
Nothing.
are you getting the levers?
Yeah.
And the actual brake caliper as well then?
Yeah, you get the
so that is
the
something
rotor,
additional.
The caliper.
So you're getting chain rings as well? Because it's all built in one?
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, and all built-in one's another thing. That's the second thing I was going to pull out. The power meter that comes with it, because SRAM now own Quark. Quark were bought by SRAM, and of course, eventually they were going to integrate the power meter into the group set. They have. Not only have they integrated the power meter into the group set, or the chain rings, the crank set, they've really integrated. Those chain rings are bolted on and stuck there. You cannot change chain rings on your crank set.
So you pick compact or you pick big ring?
You pick whatever you go with, but there's a few different chain rings to choose from as well. That's another thing with the ETA. It gets very confusing, complex.
They would have
There's a
done
lot
better
of selection.
to be able to swap it out.
Don't know. Yeah. Anyhow, there is a deal though. If you need to swap your power meter out / your chain rings, there's a buyback scheme that you pay half price for the new. Not my cup of tea. But if you can afford that, you can afford a couple of $100, maybe $1,000 to swap your cranks over, seriously. So I think it's one of those, if you're at this level, great, you've got a yacht. What's another yacht? I don't know.
Okay.
Your thoughts below on the new SRAM E-Tap. A lot of hype, massive hype. Really good marketing everywhere, nice and polished. That price, holy shit.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. Your thoughts? Would you run it, Vaughn? Would you buy a bike with that, or would the price be a big consideration?
Price is a big consideration for me. I think for a $7,000 group set, I'd have to have $1,000 frame and a $1,000 set of wheels to go with it to cover. No, that's not even. That's to keep it under $10,000. Then 8, 9 plus all of the saddle, bar tape, bars, stem.
Custom front mount because new handlebars. It gets a bit tricky. Interesting times. Okay, next one.
At least you got a power meter.
Run it. Mine did too.
Yeah, good point. All right, next topic point. KISS Pro Racing on Zwift. Are you watching it? What's your thoughts?
These are the questions. These are the questions that I asked of you, Vaughn. So, okay, the KISS Pro Race League, which is the first official eSports league on Zwift.
Yeah.
Huge promotion from Zwift. Their big injection of $120 million of investment funds.
Yeah.
Going towards a lot of eSports. Vaughn, have you watched any of the streams?
Nope, it's not even coming up in my social.
That's $120 million not really well spent. You're a Zwifter though.
I am a Zwifter.
You're the target audience.
I
am
in the groups.
Okay.
I'm maybe not that active in the groups, but it's actually not even really popped up. The initial advertising to say it's coming soon, that was in my feeds, but the actual, hey, it's on now, come watch us live. Either that or maybe it's happening in the midnight when I'm asleep.
It's happening at 5 a.m, but the replays usually
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not up at 5 a.m.
Good feedback. I haven't actually asked you that question in person off screen. So, interesting stuff. I've got to say the same.
Haven't even seen the results though.
No, I haven't seen them. They're not promoted like other race results we've seen. They're around. I've been watching the replays, and I do have to say the live streams need a bit of polish.
Okay.
There's a few technical hiccups that I think should have been resolved by now. It's 4 years down the track for Zwift. We are many years, 3 years I guess, people have been streaming this sort of stuff. The production looks like it's done with OBS on a Windows 10 machine. Don't know, there's audio issues, there's sync issues. I can see the concept and what's trying to happen, but yeah. Let's fingers crossed for the round 4 coming up next week. We'll see how that goes. I mean, but the racing's good. Look, the racing and the commentary from Nathan, spot on. The excitement's there. You and I were in Vegas with Nathan commentating on that.
Yeah, that was exciting.
But that's still 3 years ago. So it's not even at that level yet. So the CVR World Cup in Vegas still, to me, is the leading example of how esports should be done right with Zwift. That was cool. That was super cool back then. We're 3 years ahead. We're 2 steps behind.
So CVR was promoting that pretty well. Who's promoting this pro racing on Zwift?
I'm glad you asked the question that I've written down to ask myself. I've seen, just an observation, don't read into this any more than what I would like you to read into this, Elite are promoting it heavily.
Great.
Heavily saturating their own feeds with the promotion. Madison Genesis, their riders on the Direttos are winning and doing really well. I think that might be it. But of the companies, Zwift isn't. I mean, Zwift's promoting it, but there's so much noise now with Zwift. You've got Tri, you've got Run, you've got the Tri clubs, there's about 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 leagues happening every single day, every day of the week. It's really, really noisy. So I am seeing Elite promote the league more than anyone else.
Okay.
Just an observation.
Yep. So with all of this racing going on, we've been looking a bit at Zwift transparency. How do we now? Zwada's gone. Zada,
yeah, the official.
I don't know why I added a W in there. Zwada.
Yeah, look, on these very shows, Lama drives, we've discussed eSports for probably 2 years now.
Yeah,
maybe 2.5 years. The equality, the
process,
the ramifications of cheating, anti-cheating, in-person weigh-ins. This is old news. This is old news for us. We've covered it. If you've listened to the channel for back then, thanks for sticking around. It's old news stuff. It's still a new problem though, and it's a new problem that still hasn't been solved. So Zada's now disbanded. That was the verification check. So they're gone.
So that's the new problem. How do we recheck
That's
now?
left a void. A group has now come up, and this was a slow twitch thread this week discussing Zwift transparency, but not Zwift transparency, Zwift transparency. Zwift. Trademarks and things. They're requesting people join the group, start a live video of themselves weighing in, obviously wearing either kit or not much on their bathroom scales. You've got to do a calibration or a zero offset of your scales and send this group a video of you weighing in for a verification to be verified of your weight.
How do they know you is you?
They don't.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with that. You imagine, so that this is a third-party group. I totally get. So first up, let me say, I totally get what they're doing. They're trying to solve a problem that isn't solved. This is a method of solving it. Cool.
Yeah. So prove it's you. Stand on your scales. Prove it's like a live thing of that.
And you're entered in. Cool.
And hold your camera over the scales.
Here's my scenario. 35-year-old female walks into a bike store, wants to get into indoor racing. Yes, she's going to get into the sport. We're trying to break down the technical barriers of getting into the sport because there is a lot. The sport being eSports and riding bikes indoors. She walks in, buys a kicker for $1,500 and buys the bike and buys everything. Now she's asked, voluntarily, because she wants to race and have an... I'm following.
Okay. Yep.
She's voluntarily asked to... Oh, thank you. To send a picture of herself weighing in her bathroom or wherever to a group on the internet she doesn't know, has no idea. No, it's not Zwift, it's someone else. I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah. I'm
not in any way. Myself, I haven't signed up to Zwift Power post GDPR because my data goes everywhere. It's just, it's through no other reason than choice. But I don't know. Von, would you feel comfortable standing there in the bathroom with wearing not much and sending a group that you don't know where the video is going and what they're going to do with it, your own personal information such as that? Even though you enter your weight in via text into a lot of programs, but... Yeah. I can see, like you said, I can see what the end objective is. Yes, and I respect
in doing that. I'm not sure the process and mechanism on that really, number one, qualifies because every set of scales is different. You can't verify that is actually you. You could get your very lightweight sister to be standing on the scales or child to be doing it, really.
Well, there you go. Then you've got the kids problem as well because you've got the videos of underage kids, like,
potentially,
wow,
that kind of thing.
No.
And then what you're also saying is, whether they're in kit or whether they're very scantily clad, there's also that kind of issue as well. And then the retention of data and all of that, there's a lot of hurdles across that. So is that really solving the problem? Not really.
See,
actually, not really.
No, okay.
Not really.
I get it. I respect it. I totally, and I've said on Slow Twitch, I respect the outside of the box thinking, and I do everything in what I can do to help people embrace this new technology because it's fucking awesome. Like, this is going out and riding bikes. Once you're locked in all winter to maintain and build on that fitness to go outside and rip into a good couple of intervals out. It's awesome. Love it.
Don't know what the answer is yet. I don't know yet.
I'm just a bit worried about dick pics. I mean, the reflection coming up from the scales that I've got, it's just not the solution. All right, Zwift transparency. Love your thoughts. Zwift have been dead silent on that.
Well, they need to solve the problem. It's not a third-party problem, really.
That's exactly right, yeah. That's the Zwift power.
Are they even giving results yet?
We've been calling for this for a long time. If it's brought in-house and it's Zwift, but then they're responsible and they're holding images of people and videos, and it gets... Remember it was a training platform? Remember that?
Yeah.
Let's go back to that. Let's reset, hit the reset button. Let's solve this from scratch, but still continue to have fun. Cool. Zwift transparency, let's put a dot through that one.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Other Zwift things where we like to share opinions, voices, and thoughts. The ZwiftCast podcast.
Ah, yeah.
Episode 60 is out.
Simon, Nathan, and myself. The ZwiftCast is by Simon Schofield over in the UK there. I'm a panelist on that. Episode 60 is out. It's been a few weeks between drinks, so to speak. So I'll link below to the ZwiftCast if you like us talking Zwift and all that. Nathan, Simon. Simon also brings in some guests. We have Eric Solangi talking about a few other things. Eric runs ZwiftInsider.com. So there's a few of us sort of contributing there. I love doing the podcast. I'd love to do it weekly.
Yeah.
Let's put pressure on Simon to do the podcast weekly. Sorry, Simon, I'm going to throw you off the deep end there. But
weekly.
I'd love it. There's so much stuff to talk about, but we can also continue the cadence a little higher as well if we're weekly on the ZwiftCast. If you're a listener to the ZwiftCast, let us know. Let us know your feedback on that. Comments below. Really appreciated. Would you listen to weekly? Question mark.
Interesting. Modifications to your bike. GP5000.
Tinker.
TL.
If you're not
what
riding
does the TL mean?
Tubeless or thumbless, I'm not quite sure. Getting those buggers off is no. Just an update on that. If you saw my video on installing the tubeless tyres and switching your tubeless tyres over is a pain in the ass, but putting new ones in is like awesome, simple, super simple. Less than 8 minutes per tyre to get on. Bam! Love the process. They've been great. So expect an update in a few weeks on that when I've got a few more 100 kilometres on them. I don't want to put the tyres on or just unbox the tyres and go, tyres. I want to get out there and really put them to the test. Do some mad skids. Good descents. So coming soon. Things are going well though. Things are going well. One thing of note, the GP5000 TL are 75 grams heavier than the clincher version. So when people say, horses for courses, same, clinchers or tubeless are lighter than clinchers, no, as a system, especially these ones, in particular these ones, they're heavier. So 75 grams heavier for the tubeless, plus 50 to 60 grams of sealant. Food for thought. Next up, we're nearly there, we've got 1 minute, go.
Yep, Sea Otter
coming up. So Interbike is now no longer, which is a bit sad. Von, you were over at Interbike with me this year. That was heaps of fun.
Yeah.
I love going to the US, and I'm jealous that you're going in a couple of days. Hopefully I'll get over there again soon. I'm thinking of Sea Otter. If you've been to Sea Otter or you'd like to see some tech from Sea Otter or some collabs with hopefully DC Rainmaker and the crew, let us know below. That will heavily influence my decision if that's what people want to see. Okay, while we dodge through traffic here, let us know about Sea Otter. I've not been to Sea Otter before. Ray sent a correspondence video over to me last year.
Yeah, that's right.
I did that with the green screen intro, tricked everyone. That was a bit of fun.
Cool.
Let us know. Sea Otter. I'm thinking it's on the cards. I think it's on the cards. And Von, finally, new tech.
New tech is the Osmo Pocket. I had a look at that this morning after you had unboxed and played around with it. So it's pretty neat little setup, I have to say. Like lots of cool little tech set up with that. You can connect it to your phone. You can use it as its own thing. DJI, I have to say, they nailed. From my first inspection of it, I haven't used it for actual filming, but I was impressed.
Yeah, DJI do cameras really, really well. I don't have it with me at the moment. I haven't bought it. It's tiny. It's the size of my palm with a full gimbal in it.
Yeah. And you could fit it in your palm of your hand
quite
easily.
It's not as durable as the GoPro because it is a gimbal. What I brought it for though was the active tracking. And you saw last night, Von had it, I'm walking around the room and it's following my face around the room.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. What I'm hoping to do with it is in the Lama lab, when I unbox things, I can have it sitting in the corner and have it follow me around the room up and down as if someone's holding a camera.
Excellent.
That's the
I've
plan.
just made myself redundant.
Well, you're not going to be around for the next week. Who's going to help?
Very true. It's very true.
All right, speaking of not being around, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching this Lama Drives. If it's your first Lama Drives, thanks for sticking through. And thanks for coming, Von.
That's fun. Let's go out.
Done. Friday nights. Happy Friday, everyone. We'll see you soon.